The royal speech delivered by His Majesty the King during His Majesty's chairmanship of the 46th session of the GCC Supreme Council in Bahrain emphasized the Council's proud achievements in the region based on a rich heritage established by the founding fathers. More details in this report.
أصحاب الجلالة والسمو، عند تأمل مسيرة هذا الصرح الخليجي الشامخ الذي بدأه الآباء المؤسسون بكل إخلاص ومحبة، يتأكد لنا صواب توجهاته نحو ضرورات التكامل والاندماج بما يتناسب مع ثقله الاستراتيجي ويظهر مكانته كقوة فاعلة ومؤثرة في السياسة الإقليمية والدولية، كما ورد في النظام الأساسي لهذا المجلس العزيز على الجميع. ولقد أثبتت التجربة العملية صدق هذا الواقع، إذ تمكنا بفضل الله ثم بفضل التزام دولنا وجدية عمل المجلس من صياغة نموذج تنموي متكامل الأركان يجمع بين القدرة على المنافسة العالمية وتأمين أعلى درجات الاستقرار والازدهار. ولم يكن بالإمكان تحقيق هذه المكتسبات لولا الرؤية المشتركة والسياسات الموحدة التي جعلت من أولوياتها إرساء الأمن الخليجي والحفاظ على السيادة الوطنية واحترام مبادئ حسن الجوار وعدم التدخل في الشؤون الداخلية للدول، انطلاقا من قاعدة ذهبية مفادها أن أمن دول المجلس واستقرارها وازدهارها كل لا يتجزأ.
The GCC stands out today as one of the most successful models of regional cooperation, based on the vision of its founding fathers to serve as a solid foundation for Gulf integration that grows stronger every year, with the determination and wisdom of their Majesties and Highnesses, the leaders of the GCC. The Supreme Council of the GCC has proven the correctness of this path. Thanks to its commitment and the diligence of its institutions, a Gulf system has emerged that is capable of global competition and of ensuring the highest levels of stability and prosperity for its peoples. This success was the result of unified policies and a shared vision that placed the security, stability, and sovereignty of the GCC at the forefront of priorities. Based on the golden rule that the security and prosperity of the GCC are indivisible, the Gulf system has been able to deal with regional and international challenges with confidence and effectiveness, as well as to establish its presence as an influential force in decision-making at the regional and international levels in accordance with the GCC's founding charter. As the process of integration and convergence continues, the role of the GCC is strengthened and the prospects for developments are broadened thanks to the cohesion of the Gulf and its belief that a shared destiny is the path to a more stable and prosperous tomorrow for all the peoples of the region.
His Majesty the King's representative for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs and Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Royal Humanitarian Foundation, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, praised the growth witnessed by Bahrain in the number of volunteers and youth and community initiatives. His Highness emphasized that the support of His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister has contributed to creating an environment that encourages innovation and creativity in volunteer work, enabling the youth to play a pivotal role in humanitarian and social initiatives within and outside the kingdom. On the occasion of International Volunteer Day, His Highness added that humanitarian and volunteer work is an inherent value among Bahraini youth and a fundamental pillar of national identity. His Highness emphasized the great contribution made by Bahraini youth and their continuous efforts in various initiatives implemented by government, private and civil institutions. His Highness noted the importance of establishing sustainable volunteer initiatives and providing specialized training and development programs for volunteers to ensure the continuity of impact and transform volunteer efforts into tangible achievements that serve various segments of society. His Highness pointed out that investing in volunteering is an investment in people and their ability to build, give, and contribute to the advancement of their country. His Highness called on all members of society, regardless of age, to continue this noble humanitarian approach, promote the spirit of community participation, and build a brighter future through effective initiatives to serve the beloved homeland. The Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Chairman of the General Sports Authority, and President of the Bahrain Olympic Committee, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, chaired the 8th meeting of the General Sports Authority's Board of Directors in the presence of Vice Chairman of the General Sports Authority, His Highness Sheikh Salman bin Mohammed Al Khalifa. His Highness praised the unlimited support provided by His Majesty the King for the sports sector and the attention given by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, which has resulted in numerous sporting achievements in 2025. His Highness also commended the follow-up of the representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Works and Youth Affairs and Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, which has culminated in encouraging and supporting Bahraini athletes to achieve the best results and levels. During the meeting, the minutes of the previous meeting were approved. His Highness then reviewed the regulations for organizing and developing the licensing of commercial sports activities and the developments made to the authority's website and the electronic licensing system as part of the authority's commitment to digital transformation in most of its transactions. His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad was briefed on the talent identification program in Bahraini schools, the list of proposed projects and construction plans, and a proposal to develop the Jufair Youth Center's Sports Hall. He was also briefed on the program to develop the natural grass playing fields, all part of a package of projects being implemented by the General Authority for Sports to provide an ideal sporting environment for various clubs and sports federations. The Chief Executive of the Authority, Dr. Abdul Rahman Askar, presented a comprehensive overview of the governance program and any new developments. His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad expressed his appreciation for the efforts of the General Sports Authority's executive team in implementing numerous programs and initiatives that contribute to the development of the sports sector. He wished them continued success and progress in the new year, leading to a more prosperous future for sports in Bahrain. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa inaugurated the 5th Celebrate Bahrain Festival at the Heritage Village in Ras Hayyan, organized by the Ministry of Information and is being held as part of Bahrain's National Day celebrations. Upon arrival, His Highness was welcomed by the Minister of Information, Dr. Ramzan bin Abdullah Al-Naimi, along with several senior officials. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman highlighted the significance of these events in showcasing the kingdom's achievements across various sectors, as well as the tireless efforts of Bahrainis in driving progress, in line with the forward-looking visions of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa. His Highness affirmed that the strong public participation in the National Day celebrations reflects the deep sense of national belonging and loyalty of the kingdom's citizens. His Highness also emphasized the role of national days in strengthening national identity, noting the importance of these events in educating younger generations about the kingdom's rich history and its comprehensive future development. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman commended the efforts of all entities in organizing the festival, highlighting its role in fostering national values and ethics among the youth of Bahrain. His Highness expressed his gratitude to the personnel of the Ministry of Information and the event organizers for their efforts in ensuring the festival's success and wished them continued success in contributing to the kingdom's aspirations. His Highness witnessed the inaugural performance by the Bahrain Choir, a national artistic project launched by the Ministry of Information to coincide with the commencement of the National Day celebrations. The project aims to showcase the kingdom's rich musical heritage in a distinctive and contemporary style. His Highness then toured the festival, where he was briefed on its features, which include cultural activities, heritage displays, and traditional crafts that embody the authentic national identity and reflect Bahrain's rich history and culture, alongside a market showcasing a variety of local produce. The festival is being organized by several government entities in cooperation with private sector partners. For his part, the Minister of Information, Dr. Ramzan bin Abdullah Al-Naimi, expressed his gratitude to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman bin Hamad for inaugurating the Celebrate Bahrain Festival at the Heritage Village. Dr. Al-Naimi affirmed that the Celebrate Bahrain Festival is an opportunity to showcase Bahrain's achievements in line with its comprehensive development led by His Majesty the King and under the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. Dr. Al-Naimi emphasized the Ministry's commitment to hosting the festival annually in conjunction with Bahrain's National Day celebrations, as it embodies the kingdom's authentic identity, history and culture, thereby enhancing national identity among future generations. This year's edition will run from the 4th of December to the 28th and focuses on providing innovative, interactive experiences along with a series of heritage workshops and training courses that enable the visitors to gain hands-on experience in pottery, traditional shipbuilding models, palm frond weaving, inlaid chest making, and textiles. Other activities are spread throughout the Heritage Village, includes traditional market with the participation of several shops and productive families, a children's corner offering a variety of activities, and traditional restaurants. The Supreme Council of Health Chairman, Lieutenant General Dr. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, inaugurated the Expansion and Development Project at Sitra Health Center in the presence of the Minister of Health, Dr. Jalila bin Sayyid Jawad Hassan, along with a number of officials. The chairman affirmed that the health sector in Bahrain continues to progress in line with comprehensive development plans, thanks to the continuous support it receives from His Majesty the King and the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. He pointed out that these vital projects embody the commitment to developing the health infrastructure and enhancing its readiness to ensure the provision of the best services. The chairman expressed appreciation for the efforts made by all parties involved in completing the project, noting that the new expansion will contribute to improving the efficiency of services at the center, thereby enhancing the overall development process. He said that the inauguration of this project is a significant step that strengthens the health care system in Bahrain and supports the infrastructure of the center in line with the requirements of continuous development. The Minister of Health affirmed that the expansion project is an important milestone in the development of primary health care services, noting that the enhancement of the center facilities will contribute to improving the quality of the services, increasing the capacity of clinics and facilitating access for patients. She pointed out that the expansion and development of health facilities reflects Bahrain's keenness to continue enhancing the health services provided to the citizens and residents by providing a better treatment environment and strengthening preventative and diagnostic services. Primary Healthcare Board of Trustees Chairman emphasized that the implementation of the expansion project at the center is a pivotal step in the center's efforts to enhance the quality and efficiency of services in line with the objectives of Bahrain's Economic Vision 2030. During the fourth meeting of the Bahrain Saudi Coordination Council held in Bahrain under the chairmanship of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa and the Saudi Crown Prince and Prime Minister His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud, Bahrain and Saudi Arabia signed a cooperation program. The agreement was signed between the Mohammed bin Mubarak Al Khalifa Academy for Diplomatic Studies and the Prince Saud Al Faisal Institute for Diplomatic Studies. The program was signed by Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani and the Saudi Foreign Affairs Minister His Highness Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud. Dr. Zayani commended the deep-rooted historical relations between the two countries and commended the continuous efforts of the Bahraini Saudi Coordination Council in enhancing cooperation and integration. He emphasized that the Council has significantly advanced joint cooperation through strategic initiatives and projects across various sectors. Dr. Zayani added that the signing of the cooperation program between Mohammed bin Mubarak Academy and the Prince Saud Al Faisal Institute is part of the Council's political committee efforts to strengthen coordination and implement joint training programs. These programs aim to develop the capabilities of diplomats in both ministries and prepare them scientifically, politically, and diplomatically to serve the foreign policy objectives of both brotherly countries. Under the patronage of Her Royal Highness, the wife of His Majesty the King and President of the Supreme Council for Women, Princess Sabika bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa, and in the presence of Her Highness Supreme Council member Sheikha Hissa bint Khalifa Al Khalifa, the Masakin 2 project was inaugurated in Sharq Al Hid housing city. The opening ceremony was attended by the Minister of Housing and Urban Planning, Amina bint Ahmed Al Rumaihi, and the Supreme Council for Women Secretary General Lulwa bint Saleh Al Awadi. Her Highness Sheikha Hissa bint Khalifa Al Khalifa delivered a speech on behalf of the Council in which she conveyed the thanks and appreciation of Her Royal Highness Princess Sabika bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa to the Ministry of Housing for its tireless efforts in the follow-up on the implementation of outstanding housing projects aimed at achieving security and stability for Bahraini families. In her speech, Her Highness Sheikha Hissa also referred to the initiative of the Supreme Council for Women and its role in the issuance of the historic Resolution number 12 for the year 2004 on the right of Bahraini women to benefit from housing services, stressing that the inauguration of the Masakin 2 project came after the success of the Phase 1 project in Al-Lawzi area. Sheikha Hissa noted that Masakin is one of the specific initiatives aimed at supporting Bahraini women and enhancing their family and living stability, expressing the Supreme Council for Women's aspirations to expand by opening housing projects similar for this category in all governorates of the kingdom. For her part, the Minister of Housing and Urban Planning pointed out that Masakin 2 is an extension of a series of initiatives aimed at providing modern and suitable housing options for female citizens, affirming that the project in the city of Al-Hid has been fully completed. The Minister added that the Ministry has provided Bahraini women with more than 6,555 housing and financing services since 2011. During the inauguration, Her Highness Sheikha Hissa, accompanied by the Minister of Housing and Urban Planning and the Supreme Council for Women Secretary General, took a tour of the project's facilities, which include a modern 4-story residential building with 49 apartments that provide a safe and comfortable environment. In the presence of the advisor to His Majesty the King for Media Affairs, Nabil bin Yaqub Al-Hamar, and the Minister of Information, Dr. Ramzan bin Abdullah Al-Naimi, the Bahrain Choir delivered its first performance as part of the Celebrate Bahrain Festival at the Heritage Village. The Minister highlighted the role of arts and culture in preserving Bahrain's national heritage and showcasing its authentic character, adding that cultural initiatives serve as an effective means of presenting Bahrain's rich civilizational legacy to the wider audience and strengthening the link between generations. He noted that national artistic projects, including the Bahrain Choir, provide an important platform for presenting Bahraini creativity in a contemporary format that can reach audiences inside and outside the kingdom. He said such efforts reinforce Bahrain's cultural presence regionally and internationally. The minister said that the project aligns with the initiatives launched under Youth City 2030 and reflects the ministry's efforts to support national day talent by providing creative platforms that enable the young Bahrainis to showcase their artistic capabilities and contribute to the kingdom's cultural and artistic landscape. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning won the 2025 Arab Government Excellence Award in the category of Best Initiative to Eliminate Bureaucracy for its Integrated Electronic Housing Services Initiative. The ministry was awarded this prize during the ceremony honoring the winners of the Arab Government Excellence Award held under the patronage of the Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, at the headquarters of the League of Arab States in Cairo. The Minister of Housing and Urban Planning, Amna Al-Rumayhi, affirmed that the ministry's winning of the award represents a new achievement for its efforts in implementing the comprehensive digital transformation plan and electronic connectivity with various entities related to housing services provided to the citizens, aligning with the government's performance and digital transformation pillar of the 2023-2026 government program. Al-Rumayhi explained that this victory is a result of the ministry's successful strategy in building an integrated electronic system based on digital integration with 11 governmental and private entities in Bahrain, which has brought about qualitative leap in the quality and efficiency of the services provided to the citizens. She noted that the award is a new milestone in the ministry's journey towards advancing the housing sector and proof of Bahrain's ability to continue modernizing its government system to keep pace with global developments and the requirements of the next phase. The award was received on behalf of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning by Assistant Undersecretary for Resources and Information, Dunya Sarhan, and by the Director of the Information Technology Department, Ahmed Al-Dhawadi. During the fourth meeting of the Bahrain-Saudi Coordination Council, a memorandum of understanding was signed between the Bahrain Economic Development Board and the Saudi Ministry of Investment to encourage direct investment. The Minister of Sustainable Development and Chief Executive of the EDB, Noor Al-Khleif, affirmed that the MOU aims to strengthen relations between the two countries, which will contribute to increasing partnership between the public and private sectors in both brotherly nations. She emphasized the commitment to continuing to develop the investment environment in Bahrain to attract Saudi investments. The cumulative stock of direct investments from Saudi Arabia reached approximately $10.13 billion in 2024 across several economic sectors, including financial services, insurance, industry and information and communications technology. The MOU was signed by Al-Khleif and Saudi Minister of Investment Khalid Al-Falih. The MOU outlines the Board and the Ministry's commitment to enhancing joint cooperation to encourage direct investment and raise awareness of investment opportunities and initiatives in both countries across various economic sectors. The agreement will support the exchange of information on public-private partnerships opportunities, coordinate efforts to promote these opportunities with developers, investors, and potential financiers, and organize exhibitions and workshops. Conferences aimed at expanding cooperation in the field of direct investment, as Bahrain will host a Bahrain-Saudi Investment Forum in the first half of next year to showcase investment opportunities in both the countries and invite companies that are investing and interested in investing in both countries. An MOU was signed between the Ministry of Industry and Commerce and the General Authority for Competition of Saudi Arabia during the fourth meeting of the Bahrain-Saudi Coordination Council. The MOU was signed by the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Abdullah Fakhro, and the Minister of Economy and Planning of Saudi Arabia, Faisal Al-Ibrahim. Fakhro emphasized that the signing of the MOU represents a fundamental step in the efforts to deepen economic integration and enhance the investment environment, thereby encouraging innovation and sustainable growth in both economies. He noted the anticipated impact of the MOU in developing and activating an institutional framework for bilateral cooperation in promoting and protecting competition and preventing monopolistic practices, thereby enhancing market fairness and transparency in both countries. Bahrain joins the world in celebrating the International Volunteer Day, which falls on the 5th of December, affirming the vital role that volunteers play in supporting social development. More details in this report.
Volunteering is considered one of the most noble acts as it contributes to building bridges between different generations, backgrounds, and cultures through a spirit of initiative and participation to achieve common goals. This year, International Volunteer Day has an inspiring theme: every contribution makes a difference. The theme emphasizes that volunteer work is one of the most vital mechanisms for achieving social, environmental, and economic change, even in its simplest forms. In Bahrain, volunteers play a major role in many achievements in various social, professional, and scientific fields, reflecting the growing awareness of the importance of volunteer work and its role in serving the community. Volunteers have contributed to strengthening Bahrain's position as a role model in this field at the local and international levels. Volunteering stems from free will, commitment, fairness, participation, solidarity, compassion, empathy, and respect for others, with the aim of promoting the values of cooperation, partnership, and tolerance, meeting community needs, and improving the quality of life to achieve development and prosperity for society.
On the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the inscription of Qal'at al-Bahrain on the UNESCO World Heritage List, the Bahrain Authority for Culture and Antiquities, in collaboration with the French Embassy in Bahrain, organized a panel discussion at the Qal'at al-Bahrain. The panel was held in the presence of BACA President Sheikh Khalifa bin Ahmed bin Abdullah Al Khalifa and the Ambassador of France to Bahrain, Eric Giraud. The session reviewed the results of archaeological excavations carried out by the French team in Bahrain, as well as the efforts to preserve and promote the site at the local and international levels. The session addressed important discoveries that have contributed to enhancing understanding of the region's cultural history and the ways to expand areas of archaeological cooperation between the two countries, with the aim of supporting scientific research, exchanging experiences and information, preserving shared cultural heritage, and raising the awareness of it. The president of the Civil Service Bureau, Sheikh Daij bin Salman Al Khalifa, expressed pride in the victory of 3 government entities in the 4th cycle of the Arab Government Excellence Award, emphasizing that these results reflect the continuous progress in Bahraini government performance and the commitment of government entities to implementing best practices that support institutional excellence. The Ministry of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture received an award for community initiative that provides agricultural training to participants from various segments of society. The award was received by the Minister of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture, Engineer Wael Al-Mubarak, and said the initiative supports national efforts to strengthen the agriculture sector and promote sustainable agricultural practices. He noted the ministry's cooperation with the National Initiative for Agricultural Development, which has supported programs aimed at empowering community members, enhancing the role of Bahraini farmers, and developing the sector's infrastructure in line with sustainability and food security goals. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning received an award for its work on an integrated digital housing services system that streamlines procedures and enhances coordination with the government and private entities. The award was received on behalf of the Ministry by Assistant Undersecretary for Resources and Information, Dunya Sarhan, the IT Director, Ahmed Al-Thawati. The Minister of Housing and Urban Planning, Amna Al-Rumehi, said the initiative is part of the ministry's digital transformation strategy, which aims to improve service quality, enhance data accuracy, and reduce paperwork. The Ministry of Education received an award for a program that provides structured training and qualification for newly appointed teachers in government schools. The Minister of Education, Dr. Mohammed bin Mubarak Jum'a, said that the recognition reflects the ongoing development efforts supported by national leadership and the ministry's continued work to enhance the quality of educational services. Under the patronage of the Bahrain Accountants and Auditors Association, the BAAA Forum and the Accounting Excellence Award ceremony were held on this evening that brought together an elite group of economic, accounting professionals and academic leaders and university presidents, as well as representatives of major companies and national cadres from various sectors. The chairman of the BAAA, Abbas Radi emphasized the pivotal role of the accounting profession in building the national economy and protecting public and private funds, as well as the importance of digital transformation and the introduction of artificial intelligence into the core of the profession. He affirmed the association's ongoing commitment to developing the profession, supporting professional standards, and building a high-quality accounting environment in Bahrain. The forum honored the guest of honor, the managing partner at KPMG, Fakhro, and the honorary president of the BAAA, Jamal Mohammed Fakhro, in recognition for his efforts to establish governance and transparency, localize the profession, and support Bahraini cadres. The Vice President of the Asian Parliamentary Assembly and Chairman of the Financial and Economic Affairs Committee, Ahmed Sabah As-Saloom, delivered a speech at the meeting of the Palestine Committee of the APA on the sideline of his chairmanship of the parliamentary delegation of Bahrain at the meeting of the Standing Committee on Political Affairs of the APA in Iran. As-Saloom affirmed that Bahrain, under the leadership of His Majesty the King and the support of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, reaffirms its unwavering commitment to the Palestinian cause. He explained that the Sharm el-Sheikh peace agreement marked an important turning point, as it provided a valuable opportunity to rebuild hope and put an end to the daily suffering in Gaza through a ceasefire and the identification of practical steps to bring in humanitarian aid, ensure the protection of civilians, launch a reconstruction process striving to establish sustainable stability, and promoting opportunities for a just and lasting peace, leading to the establishment of an independent Palestinian state in accordance with international legitimacy resolutions and the Arab Peace Initiative. The Bahraini parliamentary delegation participated in the meeting of the Political Affairs Committee of the Asian Parliamentary Assembly held in Iran. The meeting addressed ways to enhance Asian parliamentary cooperation and exchange views on regional and international political issues, contributing to supporting joint parliamentary action and achieving security, stability, and development in the continent. The meeting also reviewed the report of the Asian Parliamentary Assembly Secretary General and discussed proposals and projects related to the rule of law, women's empowerment, building trust and cooperation for prosperity in Asia, and supporting the principles of democracy. A delegation from Bahrain's parliament participated in the Asian Parliamentary Assembly Standing Committee meeting on political affairs held in Iran. The chair of the Services Committee of the Shura Council and a member of the delegation, Dr. Jamila As-Salman, affirmed that Asian partnerships represent one of the pillars upon which legislative work is based. She noted the keenness to enhance Bahrain's openness to its broader Asian sphere, encourage legislative institutions to exchange expertise, and develop parliamentary diplomacy channels. She emphasized that the participation will deepen Bahrain's presence in all shared regional issues, stressing that regional peace and security are fundamental to achieving development and prosperity for the peoples of the region. The parliamentary delegation from the Council of Representatives to the European Parliament held several meetings and workshops with think tanks in Brussels and Belgium. During these meetings and workshops, the delegation reviewed the features of the comprehensive development taking place in Bahrain, focusing on the progress and development achieved at the legislative and oversight levels, particularly in the areas of human rights, women's and children's rights, and public rights, as well as freedoms. The experts and researchers participating in the meetings affirmed that Bahrain is an important partner for the European Union, noting the readiness of the Parliament and the European Union to build strong partnerships relations with the Council of Representatives. They also commended the efforts exerted by Bahrain in all areas of sustainable development. A parliamentary delegation from the House of Representatives was held a series of meetings and discussions at the European Union headquarters in Brussels and Belgium with members of the European Parliament and high-ranking EU officials. The discussions focused on clean energy, the environment, sustainability, artificial intelligence, and trade, in addition to reviewing the progress achieved by Bahrain in empowering women and supporting youth at all levels. An agreement was reached to establish joint working mechanisms based on transparency, dialogue, and the exchange of expertise, paving the way for a new phase of planned and sustainable cooperation between the two countries. two sides. The parliamentary delegation emphasized that the parliamentary dialogue constitutes a direct channel for strengthening the partnership in the areas of development, legislation, and parliamentary diplomacy. Members of the European Parliament and EU officials participating in the discussions expressed their appreciation for Bahrain and its approach based on moderation, openness, tolerance, and support for regional and international peace and security efforts. Member of the Representatives Council, Ms. Marianne Al-Dhain, provided Bahrain International with the following statement.
Hello, and thank you for the invite again. The visit reflects the Kingdom of Bahrain's approach to building meaningful partnerships with the European Union in key areas that have become central to international decision-making today. Those discussions, including a clean energy, digital transformation, artificial intelligence, and environmental protection, which all aligns with the efforts to strengthen parliamentary diplomacy today. Important issues such as exempting Bahraini citizens from Schengen visa were also discussed. A significant matter given the rapid growth of economic, cultural, and tourism relations were also discussed on the table today. Overall, the visit represents a strategic steps that opens new horizons for more solid relationships between the Kingdom of Bahrain and the European Union. I truly hope to see more of those visits between the Kingdom and the European Union to exchange platforms, to build a solid base, to exchange technologies and thoughts, and overall to draw a vision for both parties.